What happens when an undercover CEO orders a burger at his own food chain and overhears something that changes everything? Let's dive in to see how one ordinary day turns into a journey of discovery, connection, and transformation. The man stood quietly in line, blending seamlessly with the crowd. His name was Grayson, but no one here knew who he really was. To them, he was just another customer waiting to place an order at Burger Bliss, a fast food chain known for its juicy beef patties, crispy fries, and warm smiles. But Marcus wasn't here as a regular diner. He had spent years building this company from scratch, starting with a single storefront in a small town and expanding it into a nationwide sensation. Now, disguised in jeans and a plain hoodie, he wanted to experience what it felt like to be on the other side of the counter. Marcus adjusted his baseball cap nervously, glancing around the bustling restaurant. The air smelled of freshly cooked burgers and melted cheese, a scent that brought back memories of late nights working in the kitchen during the early days of his business. Back then, every detail mattered. Every patty flipped, every tray stacked, every customer greeted with a smile. Today, though, things were different. The chain had grown so big that Marcus rarely got to interact directly with his employees or customers. That's why he decided to visit one of his stores incognito, to reconnect with the people who made his dream possible. As he stepped forward, his turn finally came. "Can I help you?" asked the cashier, a young man named Ryan, whose voice carried a hint of exhaustion. Ryan wore the standard uniform, a red polo shirt emblazoned with the Burger Bliss logo and black pants. His name tag read Ryan, written in neat block letters. "Yeah," Marcus replied softly, trying to keep his voice casual. "I'll have a double cheeseburger, medium fries, and a cola." Ryan nodded and began punching the order into the register. As Marcus waited, he noticed something unusual. Ryan's shoulders slumped slightly, and there was a faraway look in his eyes. It wasn't the kind of tiredness that comes from a long shift. It was deeper, heavier. Before Marcus could think too much about it, Ryan spoke again, this time not to him but under his breath. "If only they cared," Ryan muttered, barely audible over the hum of the grill behind him. Marcus froze mid-step. Those words lingered in the air like smoke, carrying more weight than they should have. If only they cared. Who was they? And what did Ryan mean by that? 1,000 questions swirled through Marcus's mind, but before he could ask, Ryan snapped back to reality and handed him his receipt. "Your total is $8.95, Ryan said, forcing a polite smile. Marcus paid without saying anything, his thoughts churning. He grabbed his tray and found a seat near the window, where he could watch the activity inside the restaurant while pretending to eat. But the food sat untouched on the table in front of him. Instead of enjoying the meal he'd helped create, Marcus found himself preoccupied with Ryan's quiet complaint. Something didn't feel right. Later that evening, after closing hours, Marcus returned to the restaurant, not as a customer, but as the owner. The lights were dimmed, and the tables were being wiped down. Most of the staff had already left, leaving only Ryan and 2 others cleaning up. Marcus slipped through the back door unnoticed, wearing his usual suit now instead of the hoodie. He approached Ryan cautiously, unsure how to begin. "Hey," Marcus said gently, catching Ryan off guard. Ryan turned around sharply, startled. "Oh, hi," he stammered, recognizing Marcus instantly. Unlike earlier, when Marcus had been dressed casually, his appearance now commanded attention. Ryan hesitated, unsure whether to speak or retreat. "I couldn't help overhearing something earlier," Marcus continued, keeping his tone calm and non-threatening. "You mentioned something about people not caring. Can we talk about that?" Ryan's face flushed red, and he glanced toward the exit nervously. "Sir, I don't know what you're talking about." Marcus held up a hand, stopping him. "Look, I'm not here to scold you or make you uncomfortable. I just want to understand. You sounded upset, and I care about my team. So tell me what's going on." For a moment, Ryan remained silent, clearly torn between speaking his mind and staying quiet. Finally, he sighed deeply and set the broom aside. "It's just, sometimes it feels like nobody listens. Like our voices don't matter." Marcus leaned against the counter, nodding slowly. "Go on." Ryan took a deep breath, his frustration bubbling to the surface. "We work hard every day, sir. We follow all the rules, show up on time, and try to give good service. But when something goes wrong, or even when we have ideas to improve things, it feels like management doesn't hear us. They send memos and emails telling us what to do, but they never ask how we're doing or if there's anything we need. It's frustrating." Marcus listened intently, feeling a pang of guilt. In his pursuit of growth and efficiency, he realized he might have overlooked the human element, the very thing that made Burger Bliss special in the first place. You're right, Marcus admitted quietly. I haven't done enough to connect with you guys. That's on me, and I'm sorry for that. Tell me more. What can I do better? Ryan blinked, surprised by Marcus's humility. Well, maybe start by listening. Really listening. Not just hearing, but understanding. And trusting us to handle things once in a while. We're not kids, we're professionals. Marcus nodded thoughtfully. Thank you for sharing that. I promise I'll take your feedback seriously. Over the next few weeks, Marcus made a conscious effort to spend more time in his restaurants, getting to know the staff personally. He attended meetings, joined training sessions, and even worked alongside the crew during busy shifts. Slowly but surely, he began noticing patterns, things he hadn't seen before because he'd always viewed the business from a distance. One day, while helping out at a different location, Marcus encountered another twist that shook him to his core. This time, it involved a seasoned manager named Kevin, who had been with the company since its infancy. Kevin was respected by everyone, known for his dedication and leadership skills. Yet, as Marcus observed him closely, he noticed subtle signs of burnout, dark circles under his eyes, a strained laugh during conversations, and moments when he seemed lost in thought. Concerned, Marcus pulled Kevin aside after a particularly hectic lunch rush. Kevin, are you okay? Marcus asked sincerely. Kevin hesitated, then let out a heavy sigh. To be honest, Mr. Grayson, I'm struggling. I love this job, but lately it feels overwhelming. There's so much pressure to meet targets, cut costs, and keep morale high. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing enough. Marcus frowned, realizing the extent of the problem. Kevin wasn't alone. Many managers across the chain likely faced similar challenges. The relentless push for profitability had created an environment where employees felt stretched thin, their needs secondary to corporate goals. We need to fix this, Marcus declared firmly. Profit matters, but so does people. From now on, I want to prioritize well-being and support. No one should feel like they're drowning because of unrealistic expectations. Kevin smiled weakly, grateful for Marcus's empathy. Thank you, sir. That means a lot. Months passed, and Marcus implemented sweeping changes throughout Burger Bliss. He introduced mental health resources, flexible scheduling options, and regular check-ins with employees to ensure their concerns were heard. He also encouraged open communication, empowering workers to share their ideas and suggestions freely. Gradually, the atmosphere within the company shifted. Employees reported feeling valued and motivated, which translated into improved performance and customer satisfaction. But the biggest change happened within Marcus himself. Through his interactions with Ryan, Kevin, and countless others, he rediscovered the passion that fueled his original vision. Running a successful business wasn't just about numbers and strategies. It was about creating meaningful connections, fostering growth, and making a positive impact on people's lives. One evening, as Marcus sat alone in his office reflecting on the journey, he scribbled a note in his journal. Success isn't measured by how much you achieve, but by how many lives you touch along the way. Remember to listen, to care, and to act with kindness. Because at the end of the day, it's the people who make the difference. And with those words, Marcus closed the book, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, with heart, purpose, and unwavering determination. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you'd like to show some extra love, tap the 3 dots near the share button and send a super thanks.